to Stay Humanist, where we attempt to apply logic and reason to religion and politics. I'm here with the man down under, Nacho Witness, who's totally here. You'll just have to believe me. Christy is out doing stuff and things, but she'll be back in next week, most likely. I'm drinking some kind of Korean drink, Angyangi. It's like a really refreshing plum alcoholic Capri Sun, basically. So yeah, that's that. We have tons and tons of shit going on in the world, and we can attempt to, make sense of a little bit of it. I don't know if I can fix my lighting too much. We'll see if the change or moving that helps. Okay. Well, again, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. And the first thing I wanted to mention before we get straight into our topics tonight was actually Venezuela. That's something we've covered before, and there's been some movement since I chose the topics that I was going to cover today. There was a boat in international waters, and it could have been a fishing boat. It could have been a drug boat. We're not really sure, but the Trump administration blew it to smithereens and the 11 people on it. The Sayonara alleged drug traffickers and Trende Aragua. I still have a hard time saying that one. Fun fact, though, Trende Aragua, Alibaba, doesn't necessarily smuggle drugs, especially not by boat. So it's kind of weird that they caught this gang doing something they don't usually do. And Donald Trump also accused Trende Aragua, I think I got it that time, of being Maduro's like personal gang, which is really weird because, as we've said before, Trump likes to throw out a lot of accusations that are just projection, to say the least, because if anyone has their own personal gang, that would be Trump and ICE. So funny how that actually works. Hey, I'm gonna have to finish this before the stream's over. So yeah, let's see. I didn't plan on talking about it a whole lot. Look up drug boat. Aha. All right, Reuters. Let's see what they got for us. In Washington, September 2nd, the U.S. military killed 11 people on Tuesday in a strike on a vessel from Venezuela, allegedly carrying illegal narcotics. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. Illegal narcotics. President Donald Trump said in the first known operation since his administration's recent deployment of warships to the Southern Caribbean. If I remember right, and I do, I have a post of that. So again, didn't plan on sharing that, but I do have a nice little map of what that looks like. And we'll see if this camera picks up anything better than my face in general. So warships placed all over the Caribbean right here. Moving back. Quoting Trump, we just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat. A lot of drugs in that boat. Very presidential statement, probably the most presidential statement ever said by any president. And there's more where that came from. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. These came out of Venezuela. I made him sound like he's not on enough uppers. He later shared a video on Truth Social, on his Truth Social platform, that appeared to show footage from overhead drones of a speedboat at sea exploding and then on fire. Trump says the strike resulted in 11 terrorists killed in action. No U.S. forces were harmed in the strike. Yeah, because it was probably a drone strike. And we didn't confirm who they were. You know how I know we didn't confirm who they were? They didn't tell us who they were when they announced it. Pretty fucking weird. So for all we know, Trump administration might have just killed 11 civilians who were freaked out that a drone was flying over their boat, and then it went boom. It's awesome, the world we live in right now. Honestly, this is an impeachable offense. If they can't prove who they killed, it's basically exactly what Israel does over and over. Oh, we killed Hamas. Oh yeah, we don't have any proof that it was Hamas, and I mean, but it was a man. It was a male of military age, military aged male. So they were Hamas. We have to assume, right? Because they're all dangerous. Not to mention that they basically make a big old trap for all the males to go into, called the humanitarian, or the Gazan Humanitarian Aid Foundation, where they just bottleneck them all into one spot and make the trip treacherous enough to where they're only probably going to send the males who can make the trip. But anywho, we act like our friends. So being suspect of carrying drugs doesn't carry a death sentence, said Adam Isaacson, director of defense oversight at Washington, at the Washington office on Latin America. He said in post on X, in which I hate that so many of these posters on X and just social media, get real official statements anymore. It's weird. It's the world we live in. So all in all, there's so much more we can go over, but we'll save this for another time because there's going to be more action in Venezuela. I think even I'll leave you with this for the Venezuela piece. I think Maduro came out and said something to the effect that Marco Rubio is trying to make him and Trump fight, basically. But we could really work together. And that's brilliant. That's a really good idea. No one likes Marco Rubio, for one. And two, trying to work with Trump, like no matter who you are in this world, Trump wants that, right? And if Maduro's an evil dictator, Trump should really like him. He should be really excited that a dictator wants to work with Trump, right? So I think Trump should reach out and try to work with Maduro and make some kind of deal. Maybe a trade deal. But we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping to have more updates on that next week. That would be awesome. Okay. So moving on to one of our actual topics tonight. I'm going to push this one aside. Okay. The flotilla. There's a fleet of flotillas going toward Gaza right now, which I think is awesome. I have a commondreams.org article pulled up for this one. I actually have a bunch. I have Al Jazeera, I have Reuters, Common Dreams, CNN. I have them all pulled up, but I'm going to go with this one for now. As many boats in the global Samud flotilla with hundreds of participants from around the world get set to depart from Barcelona to Tunis, and a third wave of ships prepares for a late September departure to challenge the Israeli blockade of Gaza and the genocide of the Palestinians. The headline in the September 1st, 2025 Jerusalem Post reads, Ben-Gvir plans to designate global Samud flotilla activists as terrorists. Seize boats. Israeli National Security Minister Ben-Gvir goes on to say that activists will be held in prisons for terrorists and will be not denied special privileges such as television, radio, and specialized food. Just so you guys know, usually the people who are on these flotillas are kind of expecting Israel to arrest them, not because they want that show. So please don't take that from it. They expect it because Israel does it. Israel doesn't do it for any defensive reason. They do it so the Palestinians don't get aid. It's actually quite illegal for Israel or the IDF in any capacity to stop and seize these ships and arrest these people. They're in international water, and they can enter the Palestinian territory by law, international law. But this is for anyone here who might see this video and being like, well, Israel has to do what it has to do to defend its borders, and also think that Israel never was occupying Gaza. It's absolute total bullshit when you can keep aid from coming in through their own ports or through any other means, right? If Israel dictates what's going in to another, not a country, to another region, then that region is occupied. Like, no fucking duh to most of us here. But hopefully there will be at least one or two people who are listening to this or something like this, and that point is put across. That said, well, having been twice, 2010 and 2016, in Israeli prison for being on boats challenging the illegal Israeli naval blockade of Gaza, I'm sure Ben-Gvir has never been in his own prisons. Those of us, I don't need to go through the whole thing. Okay, our latest flotilla participants on the Madeleine and Handala report very dirty cells with 2 persons getting disease scabies while in prison. Both women and men have been put in solitary confinement. What prison conditions are like will not be a deterrent to those on boats who are challenging the Israeli genocide of Gaza. The only thing that will deter the flotillas will be Israel permanently stopping the bombing and destruction of Gaza and allowing food and medicines into Gaza and distribution by well-established organizations that have professional distribution systems, so all in Gaza will have access to food and medicines. The flotillas will continue to sail until the Israeli destruction of Gaza and Palestinians end. Okay, that's the end of that one. I wanted to see exactly how many boats that they are sending off, and I don't think they have a number because it's still kind of going. But there's several dozen, at least, going out there to stop the naval blockade and deliver food to humanitarian. I don't see anything further. I don't see any exact number, but let's see. Streets show absence, grocery sources, there's still a lot of propaganda out there right now to say that the Palestinians aren't really going hungry. There's not really a famine going on. They're not being starved to death. They show people with food. They show stores with food, but the prices are usually jacked up like 500% or more. Sorry, just reading through some of my notes, but it's absolutely ridiculous. We don't even need to go into that. Point being is we should be doing everything that we can to get food into Gaza. And these flotillas are not the answer. They're just a means to an end, right? There was an Italian, I think like dock workers, saying that they'll shut down everything that they can, all trade, in order to make sure these ships get into where they need to be. Let me double check. Christy texted me this morning. How did she word it? I did see something on it, but I didn't actually check it yet. That's too bad. I don't see it. But yeah, it's fantastic. Like Italy's ready to like shut down their whole country. Like the workers are ready to just go on strike and make sure nothing, like just shut down the whole fucking country if they can. And that's what we need to be doing here in the US. That's what we need to be doing everywhere. So if you would, take out your notepads and pens, and we will come up with a solution real fast. On my clicky keyboard, I found a cool thing earlier today here. USCPR.org. U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. USCPR.org /pro-Palestine-protests. And you can scroll down through here and you can see maybe there's a protest near you. Today's protests were in Ottawa, Canada, Cleveland, Ohio, Oak Lawn, Illinois, Burbank, California, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Albany, New York. Oh no, I can't say that one. Neonta, New York. Sorry, I let that town down. All today. That happened today. So it looks like they have like daily updates on today's protests, which is fantastic. I saw that earlier today, and I really wanted to share this with you guys. And when you scroll down a little bit, it has how can I help Palestine? And you can go down and you can excuse me, join a pro-Palestine protest near you, and you can click on upcoming protests, recurring protests, virtual actions, and support Palestine films near you and online. Also, they have another link down here right under those. Know a pro-Palestine protest not on the list? Tell us about it by filling out this quick form. They have where you can download and print signs to take along if you want to go to any of those protests. Excuse me. You can organize action for Gaza. This is just a fantastic website to check out. One more time, that's uscpr.org. It's the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. So check this out in order to see how you can get involved. If you can go to a protest, that would be amazing. But if not, there's other ways to help too. I just typed in Ohio down here in column 3. Column 3, we'll say section 3. There's a 3 dot. Spread the word. How much of your community's tax dollars fund genocide? So I typed in Ohio. In Ohio, it says, I shit you not, $469 million plus some change to Israel's weapons could instead fund one of the following. And they have the breakdown of what they could do. 294,236 households with 1 month's free rent. That's a lot of homes. 987,497 families could go 1 month's free groceries, almost 1 million Ohio residents. Or we could say here for children's health care, 163,294 children's free or low-cost health care for 1 year. Or it could go towards 5,124 elementary school teachers' salaries for 1 year. You know what? This is fun. 2 more. 1,336,108 households with solar electricity produced for a year, or 12,419 students with their loan debt canceled. All just with Ohio's money. Let me zoom in closer. I don't want to dox myself too hard, but I am curious if I put my own city in. Okay, it doesn't bring it up, but you guys are gonna learn with me real quick. All right. Type your city. We'll go to Toledo, Ohio. Everyone knows I live near Toledo anyways. Toledo. Wow. In Toledo, Ohio, $20 million, 35,834 to Israel's weapons could instead fund one of the following. And they have the same breakdown, but it's so many, guys. It's just so sad. But it really helps put it into perspective. If you can't find your city down here, just type in like the nearest city to you. Another one that I go to a lot is Fort Wayne, Indiana. I love Fort Wayne, Indiana. Let's see what they got. 18 miles, so less than Toledo, which is kind of surprising to me, just because they're so big. Yes, similar things though. Frequently asked questions about Palestine protests. How many days since October 7th, 2023? And it counts it up for you. We're almost to 700. We're 3 days away from day 700 of this genocide. It's crazy. Okay, so from all that, I hope you guys can see that this website is really, really useful. And this is just like the resources portion of the website. So if you want to get involved, or you want a couple reasons, or like see what a city near you has been donating to Israel and what that could do for your community, it's so important to check this information out. And also, if excuse me, I have an earlier morning job than I ever have, so I'm yawning so much more during these these shows. You guys are going to see all the boring apps that I have, but no thanks. It's a fantastic app right here. Make sure you check that out. If you haven't already, please download it. You can scan any products at your local grocery store. A surprising amount of them really do pop up. And they also just have like a boycott list. It is the boycott app. So if you want to make sure that your money is not going towards said genocide, download No Thanks. Also down low, we got Jin Zhu in here. Nacho and Great Skeptic listening while working on my digital library. Thank you so much for joining in. I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, that's that, guys. That's where we are there. The flotillas are going, but it's not the end all be all, right? It's not going to fix the problem. I wish it did, but it just can't. So we need to have like a multilateral front, making our representatives and our governments pay attention to us and stop the genocide and stop the blockades and start shooting at the IDF when they're not allowing aid in. Like, they need a show of force to back the Israeli government the fuck up. The UN needs to be ushered in order to do real humanitarian aid. Because what's going on now is unacceptable. And from what I heard from the GHF whistleblower, Anthony Aguilar, if I have his last name right. If we wait until September 22nd or 23rd, whenever France wants to recognize Palestine as a state, if they really want to do that or not, it's going to be too late. As he said, if we wait until the 22nd or 23rd, at that point in time, we're not going to be trying to plan how do we save Gaza. We're going to be trying to plan the memorial for the people of Gaza, the 2 million dead. This is all hands on deck. You have to do something. Something. Listening is something. Sharing is something. Watching where your dollars are going is something. As many things as you can do, you ought to do. Just those combinations of those few small things. They're not necessarily enough, but Pepsi is definitely feeling the boycott that they're experiencing right now. And a lot of other companies are too. We have to work together on this. Go get an RC Cola. I don't think they're on the list. The boycott list. I don't think I need any more solutions for the night. For that, I'll move this aside. Trying to keep my stuff organized. I don't know, this topic, as you know, we cover it every week. And it just never feels like enough because it's still going, and it wears on you. But it can't wear on us so much that we give up on it. All right, important things we stay up on, and this wider community. That's why we do it. So this holy war, this not just a holy war, but a land grab, and just a straight up genocide. This is something we need to stick on. We are the branch of the atheist community here online that covers politics. So I'm sorry if this is always a downer, this portion of the show, but we're here to represent. That's what we do. And as in we, that's me and Nacho tonight. Me and Nacho. So that's that. I don't remember if I was going to cover anything else. I know I told Nacho something, but we don't really have our little label cards anyways. So as long as I don't tell you there was something else, you would never know. As long as I don't mention it at all. Oh, yeah! God damn it. Yeah, there was this. Okay. No, I am going to pull this one up real quick. I forgot about it. I don't want to say it out loud. Can you read my lips? Oh my God. This is, I want to say like the funniest shit. I want to say it's hilarious. Because it's not. It is super duper not hilarious. Let me make that clear. I'm not even going to give you the headline. I'm so glad you can't see my screen right now. I should have just went ahead and let you see my screen. Oh my God. This is like one of those things. Like, this is so evil that like it sounds like I wrote it to put in the State Humanist comic book. We don't have one yet, but if you guys are interested in helping us make one, let us know. I can make the storyline. All right, here we go. Oh my God. A federal judge stopped the Trump administration from illegally deporting as many as 700 Guatemalan children over the Labor Day weekend, ordering a last-minute block on their removals, even as some children had already been boarded onto planes. The National Immigration Law Center filed an emergency request to stop the deportation flights, arguing that the children would face harm and abuse if they were returned to Guatemala. The children arrived in the United States as unaccompanied minors, and many were now living in shelters and foster care. The Trump administration insists it is acting at the request of the children's families and the government of Guatemala. I'd love to see that proof. There are protections for unaccompanied minors that provide how a child can be released from custody, to whom, and the process if they want to go back to their country, says Efren Olivares. I butchered that name. An attorney representing Guatemalan unaccompanied minors. If this were a benign repatriation, oh wow, I butchered that word, to send children back to their parents, it wouldn't be happening at midnight on Sunday of Labor Day weekend. Yeah, exactly. So let me just now give you the headline. Judge blocks Trump's late night deportation of hundreds of Guatemalan children. Again, it was 700, I think was the exact number. Exactly 700. totally nutso butso. It's insane. Like, again, I'm sorry that I'm smiling so big. It's kind of like, that ain't happening. That's not really happening. It sounds like a joke. Like, what do you think Trump's going to do next? Deport 700 unaccompanied children? Yeah. Yeah, right. So that was fun. You did that. Let me give you the other one. You'll love this. Yeah, I had more than one for this. 2 firefighters held at Washington ICE Detention Center amid wildfire. U.S. representative says 2 firefighters were responding to a wildfire in the state of Washington when they were detained by U.S. border agents. And are being held at an ICE detention center in Tacoma, a U.S. Congresswoman said on Saturday. U.S. Representative Emily Randall, a Democrat who represents the district where the detention center is located, and the fire is burning. She told Reuters she made an unannounced visit to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, detention facility on Sunday. No, that was Saturday. Sorry, guys. Man, I can't read. And she said she was not allowed inside, but that the officials there confirmed they were holding 2 people working for companies that had been contracted to help fight the 9,000-acre Bear Gulch fire in the Olympic National Forest. Federal officials have not named the 2 arrested on Wednesday. Randall says she had not been able to speak with the detained firefighters. Guys, the thing that makes this one so hilariously evil is that they were actively fighting the fires when they were arrested. I gotta ask. Nacha, I just read all your stuff now. Nacha, I gotta ask you, did you hear of any of this? You can put it in the aside chat. I'm dumbfounded at these stories. We got DJ Raquel. I'm cool with the deportations. That's cool, except not. It's utterly insane, especially like 700 unaccompanied minors and 2 firefighters. In fact, fighting fires. It's just dumb. Like, why? Like, at the very least, can't you see it's like a PR nightmare? Like, how dumb is this in administration to not even realize how bad it looks to deport who they're deporting? Is utterly insane. It's just the stupidest shit. Like they just don't know public relations. At the very least, that makes it dumb enough. Cool. So there's that. And I thought I had one more thing, just to sprinkle in there. It's not really coming to me right now. I think that's about it for the night. Thanks for watching me drink my drink by Soon Hari, Korean Plum Capri Sun. It's not called that. But it does remind me a lot of a Capri Sun. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you check out, where is it? There we go. The pro-Palestine protest website that I gave you guys is uscpr.org. Check to make sure that you are effectively boycotting Israel. Every little bit helps. It may not be legal in your state to do so, so make sure that you challenge that stupid bullshit. And yeah, we're here every Thursday or every other. Please come back and see us again. We love you guys. Thank you so much for giving us your time and your patience and your attention to this matter. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Stay humanist for God's sake. Peace out.